Have you guys ever had a check engine light? Hi, Joanna. You know that little light that says, hey, I think something's wrong with my car. Maybe you need to check it out. I have, and a few others have too. So I got something that we can use that's nice and cheap to use, and at least we can figure out if the mechanic's being honest when we go get it fixed. I'll be right back. I'll show you what it is. All right, thanks for coming back. I got my kids out here, so it's a little bit noisy. Please forgive me, but I don't have that much time alone. So anyways, going back to that little light, some people call it a CEL. Some people call it CEL, check engine light. Some people call it MIL, malfunction indicator light. So you want to know why that light is on, right? Most of the time it's emissions issues. O2 sensors wearing out, evap, gas cap is loose, so it pops the light. Things that don't really harm the engine totally, but you will not pass smog with a check engine light. So you need to discover what's going on, fix it, and then reset it, and then go from there. That's why we have this little doohickey, super cheap. Got it from Amazon. I'll put the link below where to get it, and I'll show you how to use it. Having one of these will be a helpful tool, and make sure that you know what the issue is, more or less. At least you could get an idea of what to look at, and if you take it to a mechanic, it kind of keeps them a little bit more honest, because if they start making up things that it goes somewhere else that doesn't make sense with this, at least you could call them out on it and make sure they're not trying to jack you. There's a lot of good mechanics out there that actually will show you what indicator they get with their multi-$1,000 machine, but you can do it with a cheapo device like this. It won't cost you too much, and it's good to have. And you can do analytics, a couple other features. Have you ever tried to smog a car and you failed? Sometimes the light doesn't even have to be on, but the light is on, you automatically fail, and you should have one of these to check it out. Another thing is that you can check it out to see if it's ready. So they call it IM readiness, and that way you can see if the car is ready to be smogged and can pass or have a good chance of passing. So that's what you want to do before you take it into a smog shop. Having one of these scanners is a benefit too for when you want to buy a car. There are car flippers out there and dishonest salespeople that will actually not fix the actual issue and just start to clear things. By using this code reader, we can figure out that it's been tampered with, and maybe we'll just pass on the deal. Save your time and money as well, and frustrations. So that's another thing I'll demonstrate here. So we'll go ahead and be right back. I'm gonna open it up, show you where to plug it in, because not everybody knows where to plug one of these suckers in, and that's what I'm gonna teach you as well. So I'll be right back. All right, thanks for coming back. So the first thing we gotta do, besides unboxing this guy, so again, this one's from Thinkcar. This is their Think OBD 100 model, Thinkcar. And if you don't know what OBD stands for, it means onboard diagnostics. And what that is like it says, it usually will diagnose that. It'll actually cycle through this engine. The computer will and look for errors. Most of the time it's due to smog issues, emissions issues, but sometimes there are engine issues, so that's where I'll find it. So here it is, little guy right here, all in one, ready to go. So I'm gonna unravel this guy, and usually the OBD2 port is underneath the driver's side area. Sometimes I've seen it on the passenger side. So if you can't spot it, you might have to bust out the manual and see if you can find it. They do hide it sometimes, so let's see where it is on the family Lexus. I'm gonna turn on the light here. So the shape is, let's get this cover off here. So the shape is kind of trapezoidal. There aren't any other harnesses that match this that are trapezoidal, so you can't inadvertently plug it upside down or into the wrong unit. There's only one. So let's see where this guy is. I forgot where it was on this car. So scrolling from left to right, like I said, sometimes they'll have it underneath doors or areas. This one right here, there it goes right there. So that's pretty easy. They're not all white, in my experience, but it's that shape you want to look at. You want to look, it looks like it's going upward like that, so we're going to push it. So we'll stick it in there. That doesn't mean it's ready to go yet. That's just plugged in. Sometimes on some cars, the display will kick on, like so. Let's see if we can get this guy out the light. Ooh, there's a little glare. So it still doesn't mean it's ready here. So what we got to do is actually, the gauges aren't on. You're gonna pretend you're starting a car, but you're not actually starting a car. So you're gonna push the light until the gauges are on, like so. So you're not starting a car. If you have the key instead, old school, you're gonna turn it until your gauges are lit up. So that way you're gonna get ready to basically, like I said, start the car, but you're just gonna get it so all the gauges are lit up. That's the difference. So now what you can do, it's pretty easy. There's only 4 buttons. You can't really do too many choices, which actually makes your life easier. So if I go up and down, it just cycles through 4 spots here. So let's go to diagnose, hit OK. If you get the little light, it's processing. It's identifying. Just let you know, OBD2 works for 1996 plus models. So you're saying here DTCs and ECU, that means it stored it. It meant there's 0 here. If you had a check engine light or a previous one, it would say a number. Readiness okay means it's good. It's got 9 things. So you can see here, everything's ready. 9 things are okay. Nothing's incomplete. Not applicable 1. 54 things. Protocol type. So there's different types of OBD and ECUs. This is called a CAN. Is there anything else in here? So in here you can read codes. It's not going to have any codes because I don't have any, but if you do, it's going to tell you what it is. And if you did, you could erase it. Now I'll let you know, some people will be shady. They'll erase codes in one of these and try to sell a car and saying, hey, it's not working or it's not going. But there's the trick on it. Once you erase a code, when I was talking about I am readiness, what that does, it'll tell you by checking all the readiness sensors or cycling if it's ready to go. And you can check since it was cleared. And you need to make sure those are okay. If they're not okay, the guy's not ready to pass. Smog. So that's another way these shady people try to do things. So you can go in here and say, okay, I caught you. It's not ready. You must have cleared it and the sucker's not ready. Actually, I'll just do it now. You watch. I erase the code. Are you sure? I don't have the smog. Please turn off. Please turn ignition on with engine off. Press enter key, which is okay, not enter. Processing. It's been cleared. So let's check something. We might have to turn off the car, but let's go check. Let's check I am readiness. This drive cycle since cleared. So you can see now, after erasing everything, the I am readiness is not ready. So there's 5 things that are incomplete. So that's another way to indicate someone's been tampering with things. Live data stream, kind of cool. So you can get here. Usually I think this has got to be running, but it'll give you some numbers so you can check out here. Spark advance, air intake, mass flow, throttle position. Let's see if I push it. Yep, see that? See how that changed? As soon as I push it, it changed. Anyways, pretty cool. So there's a cold error. What's a good check engine number? I don't know. P420, 0420. That's always a popular one. That's emissions, O2 sensor or CAT if I remember. So change mission, change input. I've had a few P420s, so that's why I remember. Yeah, so there it goes. Generic catalyst system efficiency below threshold, bank. And then, okay. So it'll tell you what the code means without actually having to look up the code somewhere else or the answer. So that's about it. It'll actually help educate you. Like I said, it keeps the mechanic in check, so they can't start saying other things are going, you know, wrong when it isn't. And also you can do it yourself, clear codes in readiness mode, and you can check it here and make sure you're doing everything right. Usually drive cycles require 20 minutes at least, depends on the model of car. 20 minutes, normal driving, acceleration, braking, etc. There's a lot of cycles. So basically, if you just drive it normally, except for BMWs, they're really hard to get a drive cycle, and some Fords, you can get IM readiness pretty quick. And if you're interested in one of these, check out the link in the description below. Any comments or any questions or comments, please post as well. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And don't forget to like and share this with anyone else that could benefit from it. All right, guys. Sorry for a little noise. That's how dad life is. And thanks again. Peace out.